Hey everyone, my name is Mohsen Abdullah and I'm the CEO of Token Creative Services. We're really excited to introduce our new podcast series called Token Talks. We're going to go through a variety of topics and it's going to be a really exciting adventure for everyone. Let's start off by just introducing everyone who's a part of this team today.
My name is Jordan. I'm the CTO of Token, and I do what I do here because I love it. I get to work with a really awesome team. We've got some great developers and marketers on our team, and ultimately that I think what I do really gets to make a difference. That I get to use technology and programming to help dozens of businesses, even my family and friends, and honestly, I love it.
Hi, I'm Curtis Montgomery. I'm the COO and co-owner of Token Creative Services. I love coming into work every day, getting to see all our team members and working hard and working on every single project with my team and really getting to bring that creative filter through everybody's work.
I'm Alex Girardi. I'm the Director of Digital Marketing, and I love working here. I've been with the team for about a year now. I think in March it's a year. And I really love digging into the data behind why something happens rather than just knowing that it happens. So that's why I really enjoy my marketing job.
Awesome. Well, we've got a lot of really cool ideas for this, but I think Mohsen, you've been the visionary behind a lot of this. So why don't you tell us some of the ideas that you want to see come to this new series?
For sure. So what I'm really hoping that what we guys end up doing is we really get to know business owners. And I think in today's community, there's so many great businesses out there, but they're not being recognized for how great they are. I also think it's important that we talk about some techniques, whether it's social media or branding, whatever we're passionate about. What the really cool thing, and enough about us, but in reality is that we have specialists for every industry, and I almost want to take advantage of that. I want to make sure that every specialist, a part of our company, has that opportunity to kind of talk about what they love to do, because in reality, we all want to do what we love to do, and I think people deserve to hear that, and people deserve to hear, our specialties. Just to go off, Alex, what's your favorite thing about digital marketing, and what's that thing that really drives you?
The data, honestly, as weird as that sounds, as nerdy as it is, I love digging into the data behind Google ads, Facebook ads, and seeing A/B testing, what works, what doesn't work, and be able to shift things around. It's pretty insightful, yeah.
That's awesome. And Curtis, how about you? What's your favorite thing?
I think working with the team and doing the analytics behind the team, working with projects, creating those strategies, and kind of really putting the customer first and making sure they're getting the very best out of Token as we're asking to get the very best out of them.
Awesome. And Jordan, how about you?
I think it's innovation. Innovation as a concept, I feel is a fluffy word. People throw it around a lot, but our ability to use technology to truly innovate somebody's business is an extremely profound thing, and I feel it doesn't happen enough. People are approaching web developers and asking for a website, but they're not getting the features or functionality. If you were to A/B test a website that a typical web developer would give a website, a restaurant owner, something simple like a menu and some information, that kind of falls flat. But finding a rich booking system, enabling them to sell their food or services online, just doing so much more technology. I feel it's underutilized, honestly. It's 2019 and people don't even know the ins and outs of what websites even can do in today's day and age.
So what do you guys think? And just an open conversation here, what do you guys think about today's businesses? What do you think they're struggling with the most?
That's a good question.
I think for starters, I think a lot of people in 2019 think marketing is social media. Mm-hmm. That business owners, when they get a little bit of marketing budget, they're willing to spend it on social, on these posts, on content strategies. But I think that's a big misconception. I think social media doesn't really drive sales as much as a lot of business owners think. And I think they're misusing some of their budget, honestly. If business owners have, let's say a couple $100 a month to spend on social media, I think there's a lot of better avenues that they could spend that money, and really it just takes that expert to tell them how they should be using that budget.
I definitely think there's a misconception between people thinking social media is marketing and just thinking they're just going to blow their marketing budget on social media, and that these organic likes and impressions are going to come out of nowhere. And I think what we're trying to do here is really influence people and show them that people like Alex, and using that data behind it, that once you put money in, it is possible to get money out, and show them that that is something that can happen.
Yeah, I mean startup space nowadays is so cluttered, so it's hard to kind of break through. And just using that marketing budget for actually getting in front of people with paid advertising rather than organic likes. You're not going to get organic likes straight away. It's you post something, you don't have any followers, no one's going to see it. Whereas if you put money behind this, you're going to reach a big wider spectrum. So
I find that the inconsistency with some of these brands that I see, it's devastating almost. I feel like a lot of today's companies are just trying to do everything possible. Like I know that there's companies who are just putting as much as they can into every little avenue, and I get that's important, but I feel like consistency behind your brand, behind your image, and even your marketing activities should be trackable, should be the same throughout. If I'm getting a business card and I see your card and I go to your website and your business card design and your website design are completely different, it's almost like that disassociation and the lack of trust. I find in today's buyers, a lot of the clients that we deal with, they want to know that they can trust us. They want to know that we're staying around, that we're not going anywhere. And I think that really makes an effect in today's market.
Yeah. When your brand is your promise or your trust, I think like trust is ultimately the biggest influencing factor around like working B2B. You know, especially for us, our customers give us almost all of their budget they would have to spend, and in essence, we kind of become an extension of their team. They need to trust us.
Yeah, and make sure like, you know, we always work really closely with our customers to make sure like the branding stays consistent through advertising. So we're not just throwing stuff out there that we think works, but like we're going to them to get their wording, to get their logos, to get their images, that kind of stuff. So
I think posting content is a big problem, where people want to just consistently keep posting as much content as possible, not realizing that you should have some sort of schedule. You should have a consistent thing. I always tell people when you know you're watching TV, when TV was a thing, like you're watching shows on cable, you would expect a show to come on at a certain time every single time that week. Why is that any different than social media? If I'm seeing, I'm personally posting my own content every Monday at 2 p.m., well, my viewers are expecting to see that post consistent throughout the process, right? Mm-hmm. It's just like the consistency, and like I want to drill that in every business owner's head, is that just be consistent. Whatever your budget is, whatever you are doing in terms of your marketing activity, just be consistent about it. And there's so many things we can talk about today, but what we really wanted to capture in today's video and podcast is just to really, really hone in on the important topics when it comes to marketing. And we're excited to bring in some really cool business owners who can talk about the industry-specific topics and just ideas and where they started and where they are now. So we're really hoping that you guys stay tuned and listen to our podcast. We're really, really excited. Thank you so much.